Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. A first down carry here for Johnson. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass.
Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
Watch tight.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Now Mayfield on 4th down. He's got his tight end, Njoku. They were caught in no man's land that time, but the decision to go for it, that was the right one. It's a 1st down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. Good move by Duke. And now running right through it. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Duke Johnson, 22 yards. And the Browns take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
They begin the drive with Jennings on the ground. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
3 down, 3 down.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Toss play to Jennings. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
Nice job there defensively on 3rd down. Not only did they string the play out, but they didn't allow any room for a cutback. Really well organized on the defensive side.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Ship, ship, ship.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He'll have a first down past the 40. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
On second down, Darnold. And he fires one that's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Now a handoff. Johnson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Darren Lee there to get him down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
On third down, Mayfield. That is caught inside the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. David Njoku from 19 yards away. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. And he puts it through. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
Here's Jennings. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Set! 3-19! 3-19! Gone! 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 Gone!
Here's Darnold now on 2nd down. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Double tight, guys, double tight. You got three down, 3 down.
Now let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
53's the mic, 53, check 53. Come on, D.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. He rifles one that's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
No, check, Patriot!
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. From the gun, Mayfield, flushed out right. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Throwing, Mayfield. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good, and the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
New York set to take the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? And maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Leopard! Here we go now. Blue 90! Blue 90!
Switch.
No. Check. Patriot!
Safe.
Leopard!
Motion.
To throw on 2nd down is Darnold, escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
The leg, get
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
And they'll try the air now with Darnold. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Following the interception, Mayfield. Dumping it off for Johnson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice gain.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Open man here is Hamilton. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're going to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Browns on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Gone!
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They'll try and sneak it here. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. They only get a hard-fought yard, but that's all they needed. It pays off the decision to go for it, 1st and goal. Now Johnson. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Detroit!
Mayfield to throw it this time. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Leonard Williams in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. The Browns on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and goal. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And it's caught. A big play, but still not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Running on 4th, it's Zach Line. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Zach Line taking it in. And the Browns add on to their lead. And I guess that's where you turn on 4th and goal to your muscle back there. Hand him the football, he does the dirty work.
I think you're asking a lot of your defense there, right? Having to make the stand, have to prepare for just about any type of play to be called, and then here comes the power right at you. On that play, the big man got into the end zone.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more AFC playoff action after this timeout. Darnold will throw it on 3rd and 1. Found his target. It's Anderson. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
It's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's Darnold. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Larry Ogunjobi never giving up. He's able to keep working and get him for a loss of 12. The Jets on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here's Darnold. Looking deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field.
And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Sam Darnold as the first half is winding down. And the Jets are able to close the gap just a bit. Well, this could be a big turnaround. They get the touchdown here in the final moments of the 2nd quarter. And remember, Charles, they're going to get the ball to start quarter number 3 as well.
So what you're saying is if they take the ball down to start the 2nd half and score again, it could change the entire complexion of this game, couldn't it?
Absolutely. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Final 17 seconds of the half here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll run it with Johnson. What a spin. Good move by Duke. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Final play of the half, Mayfield. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we're at halftime in this AFC wildcard matchup as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. After the run, here's 2nd and 8 from the 27.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Play it. 53.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Jennings. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
On first down, it's Darnold. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover one. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
You got three down.
Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319.
They go play action here on first down. Rolling to his right. And that's going to be incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Here we go now. 319.
Faking the give. Darnold. Forced out to his left. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
So many qualities coaches tick off when they talk about, hey, what is it going to take to make an excellent quarterback? Accuracy has to rank near the top of every list.
Talk about arm strength. That's great. Mobility, great. But you need that accuracy in there. That one well in front of his man.
Yeah, now they got to face a big third down.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To the air again, Darnold. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Mayfield down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The Browns on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Got three down.
Mayfield to throw it. And a throw right sideline is complete. A very solid gain of 27. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
They start the drive with Jennings. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
They run again with Jennings. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Gun!
Single.
Watch him now, Barney.
Check 37. Check 37.
Gun!
From the gun on third down, here's Darnold, eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off around the 27, and he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49.
No. Check. Patriot.
Check three.
Gun!
Check 26. Check.
They begin the drive with Johnson, and he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. On the stop there defensively, Marcus May with the tackle.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 4th down. They've been brilliant, perfect on 4th down so far, 3 for 3, and they're going to try again here.
3 down, 3 down.
Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. That's to his running back, complete. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. The 4th down run successful. Now they look pay it off on 1st down.
4 down, 4 down.
A 1st down throw for Mayfield. Underneath for Johnson. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. That's good for a Cleveland 1st down, an 11-yard pickup. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, guys, check this out.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down right about the 20. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Browns on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 16.
Alert, alert. 3 down, 3 down.
Mayfield looks to throw. Dancing to his left. And this is caught at the 8. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35, but make it the 40-yard line.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today, but if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10.
3 down, 3 down.
Set! 319! 319!
Deuce, 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 deuce.
This is Jennings. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Looking to throw. Schaefer. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Larry Ogunjobi in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Trying to collect. He's mine, he's mine, he's mine.
Gone, gone.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Flushed out right. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up fourth down.
Well, you got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm.
Here we go.
He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide-open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
Check motion, 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 motion.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The Jets try it, but the fourth down play doesn't work. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Throw left side. It's reeled in by Hamilton. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Let's get it.
All right, now,
Second and
lucky
5
56.
after the
Lucky
5-yard
56.
completion on first down.
Leopard. Leopard.
Single, 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 single.
Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. So quick on the spin.
He's spinning, man.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Duke Johnson, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns add 6 to their lead.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round. But I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game, and there was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel and make sure they get their security deposit back.
So out now come the Jets. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
Here we go.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down,
Caused all of that.
it caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
All right, here we go. Blue line.
Throwing on first down. Schaefer. Escaping the pressure right. And he goes out right around the 39. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Hey, hey, hey.
Here we go now.
To throw on second down. Schaefer. Underneath for Jennings. Oh, now he bowls him over. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
But that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Back to throw.
Schaefer drops it off at the flat to Jennings. Showed the nice footwork and then hit and drop shy of the 45. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be a second down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
He's set. Oh, man, it's caught inside the 10. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 47 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They come out here in the eye. They'll go with a keeper. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively. Sometimes you can just tell by the way a quarterback lines his feet up behind center. He's going to try and sneak it in. And they catch him here and stop him for no gain.
And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. How about this Browns defense they've held so far? This is now 3rd and goal. They'll stay on the ground. Balaj again. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Kalen Balaj taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Jets are able to cut into this deficit. Lutz with the extra point. And the lead now down to 20. Lutz now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Space to maneuver at the 40. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Duke Johnson saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Browns add on to their lead. Now the point after try for Santos. Santos with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Hurry up, here we go. 3:19. 3:19. Man out.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Schaefer. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. The Jets on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 5.
Single. I got a single.
Here we go now.
Looking to throw. Schaefer. Steps away to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Here's Lachlan Edwards now.
as he'll kick it away for the second time. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They come into enemy territory, and I don't care what the matchup is in the National Football League. You're up like this late in the game on the road. This feels pretty good.
Oh, it feels fantastic. Anytime you get a road victory in the NFL, that's a big-time accomplishment, and to do it this convincingly, that just tears up the script that every home team has, which is nobody comes into our house and pushes us around. They took care of business today.
Yeah, they pushed around, and now the final stages of this one. They go to Johnson again. And he's going to be unable to get upfield as they take him down at the 21-yard line. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. On third down, Mayfield. Being chased out left. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. New York set to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. To throw on second down, Schaefer. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
To throw on third down, Schaefer. And able to connect with Berrios. And out across midfield down to the 45. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And Jennings has it. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Now Lutz for the field goal try. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. The hit comes late. We saw it. There's your flag.
And we know that there's a guideline, right? Ball's gone. You get 1 step. If you're within 1 step of the quarterback, you can hit him as long as it's still done legally. But anything outside of that looks like an extra step was involved.
And the kick here is good. So add 3 to the total. But they're still coming up well short. And that is how this one comes to an end. Getting into the playoffs is one thing. Now they get to move on just 8 teams left.
The dream state.